Corbin Sabinski.
Here.
Kevin Zorda.
Here.
Virginia Higley here. Robert Chagnon, absent. Jane Smith. Carrie Ann. Marie Pisner. Kelly Hemler.
Here.
Marcy Talicio, absent.
Okay, thank you. Fire evacuation procedures in the event of a fire emergency. If we need to leave, you can go through the door to my left, out and down the stairs and away from the building, or a quicker route may be through the doors in the back of the room. And again, away from the building. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse me. Correspondence. We received some information regarding the Nutmeg Solar LLC. We also we received the Habitat, which is a nice newsletter. That I also received an email back dated October 23rd, before our last meeting got canceled, regarding the Beeman's Brook Pond, regarding that they're going to be doing that, taking care of that in their application. So we received that information. And then I think that was it. Yep, and that's it for correspondence. Commissioners' correspondence, does anybody have anything, or site visits?
Nothing.
Did somebody here, I think, visit the Nutmeg Solar?
I did not.
I did not.
I did. You have all the information. It was a very good meeting, a good walk, good site walk. The weather was good. The people presenting it were very knowledgeable, and staff was able to come. And we actually got to look at a vernal pool that should have been empty, but was now filled because of all the rain.
Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have liked to gone, but unfortunately, we only had a couple days' notice, and a lot of us work, so I couldn't take the time. But it would have been nice to go to.
Kakiwik.
Yeah.
We should put on the record that a number of us did attend the Kakiwik, the Connecticut Association of Conservation and Inland Wetlands Commission meeting last weekend with some staff as well. It was an excellent meeting. Some good information, updates on laws and
Yeah, I enjoyed the keynote speaker. It was David Valley.
Excellent.
Yeah, he was excellent. Talked about the change of our weather patterns and that. It was interesting to hear, and how that could impact stormwater management, and how the storms are coming so quickly and so long.
global warming.
Global warming, yeah. And also we had a drone demonstration, which was very cool. That was from Airborne Works. I really enjoyed that, and I think we could apply and see if we can get the town one for free or something. They had some kind of...
No, that was for like fire departments.
well, that's what I mean, for the fire departments. Yeah,
people.
we could put their name in get a drone.
Yeah.
That was really interesting, and they showed how you could use it to look for soil, look at the soil. And
Well, the town could apply for Thompsonville, because Thompsonville is a town fire department.
right, yeah.
I mean, the rest are independent. They are fire departments, but
Yeah.
they're independent.
Yeah, so it was pretty good. Next on our agenda is approval of minutes for October 16th and November 7th. Well, yeah.
I move to approve the minutes of October 16th.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Donna?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Kelly?
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. The next was the November 7th special meeting minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes of the special meeting site walk dated November 7th, 2018.
Okay, second? Anybody?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Roll call?
Donna?
I didn't go. I didn't read anything on it, so it's kind of hard to vote on it.
Yeah.
But they're not very detailed, just saying people went. So I guess I would say yes, they look fine. I approve them.
Okay. Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia, yes, I went. Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, so 4 in favor, motion passes. Next on our agenda is a public hearing for K versus IWWA, docket number HHD-LND-CV-17-608-2734-S. So a motion to open the hearing?
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4 in favor, motion passes, so we're opening a public hearing. Could you please read the legal ads? Or, I don't think it's read. Yeah, got the legal ad?
Got it.
Let's see, we had 2 of them because we canceled our last meeting. So I think the last one is this one, yep.
Okay. This is a legal notice. The Enfield Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Agency will hold meetings on Tuesday, November 20th, 2018 at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall Council Chambers, 820 Enfield Street, Enfield, Connecticut, concerning the following applications. K versus I, Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Agency, docket number HHD LND CV 17-6082734-S. Dated this 10th day of November, 2018, Donna Corbin Savinsky, Chairman.
Thank you. Okay, so for the public hearing, the applicants will give statements about the application, who are sitting at the desk. We'll then hear statements from the public if anybody has any, wants to make any comments or questions. Did the applicant, they provide notices to all the properties? Was that part of that?
They don't do that.
They don't have to do that for this? Okay, good. All right, so we'll start. I guess the applicants are...
Yes, good evening. For the
Hi.
record, Attorney Carl Landolina, representing the plaintiff, Clarence Kay, the owner of the property. To my left is Merrick Kemet from Anchor Engineering, project engineer. And I know you've seen us here before you on this particular property. What you should have before you is really the third iteration of a plan that we've presented to you. Historically, you'll recall the first plan I was not involved in. There was a long driveway that went out past the pond and a building that was proposed adjacent to the pond. That did not gain approval by this commission. The second iteration, which gave rise to this litigation, was to scale back the length of that driveway, remove the building that was proposed to be adjacent to the pond, and some other improvements were going to be made, including an outdoor pool display, where 3 essentially full-size pools in a fenced-in area were going to be constructed and maintained. You recall at the time that we had testimony from a wetlands soil scientist, John Iannucci, who indicated that the proposal did not have any adverse impacts to wetlands. That plan was denied, and my client engaged me to take an appeal of that, which is now pending in before the Hartford Land Use Court. We have had discussions with the client as well as with the town attorney, and what we're proposing at this point, by way of settling the case, is to remove the gravel driveway that would be along the easterly half of the property, sort of, and the inventory area is going to be removed as well. So we don't plan on creating any driveway east of the existing. There's an existing shed which is going to remain. The house that was there was torn down. So there's going to be no pool storage at the site. None of the pools are going to be stacked out. Remember, these are all one-piece vinyl pools. They're not going to be there. The gravel driveway is gone. The shed, which is there, will remain for storage. The outdoor pool display is being removed. There's going to be no display of any pools on the site. So what we're left with is the existing shed or outbuilding, and we propose a construction of a 3-bay garage and a little office space and some parking area associated with that, which that was on all 3 plans. That hasn't changed. So that's our proposal. We haven't changed any of the drainage structures or any of the proposals with respect to drainage. Excuse me. So we think at this point the drainage is more than adequate to handle the smaller impact use. And I didn't bring the soil scientist with me. I thought that, again, you heard his opinion last time that the prior proposal didn't have an impact. So since this is lesser of a proposal scaled back, I would think that the I'm 100% confident that he would opine the same thing. So what we're proposing, again, is just a 3-bay garage, a small office area, and some parking area associated with that building. My client intends to use this simply as for office space, and he has equipment, small equipment. He's not he digs holes, and that's pretty much it. So he's got some skid steers and some small excavating equipment, mini excavators, and mainly, if they're on the site, he's not making money, obviously. But to the extent that they can't be stored on someone else's property while he's doing a pool, they might be stored on the site. There's probably enough room to fit everything inside, but on the off chance that too many pieces of equipment come back in one day, there's room on the bituminous. Not going to bring any material back, nothing like that, no chemicals, nothing. This is just simply a storage for his vehicles and equipment in a small office area. So that's our proposal.
I had a question. Did he ever fix a pipe? We had told him he could fix that pipe under the driveway that was crushed or something.
I believe there was some work that was done.
Yeah.
Actually, after we met with you, and I thought we had your
Yeah, you did.
consensus.
Yeah.
Well, we went out, and the prior town planner made us stop.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
but
wondering if it did. If it
But I
helped.
think it's been done at this
I
point.
believe it has been done, so the
Yeah.
drainage is.
And it helped it. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I was just kind of
Yeah, because the water was building up in that area and
Yeah.
ponding. Yeah.
Yeah, so it helped. Oh, good. Glad
yeah.
to hear that. Glad to hear that. I guess we could hear. Is anybody in the audience that would like to speak on this up?
They're the engineers.
Nope, I guess not. So there's nobody here to speak. Does anybody have any discussion?
No.
Nope, we're good. Okay, so
Make a motion?
make a motion, I guess, to close the public hearing.
Okay, I move that we close the public hearing.
Second,
Okay, roll call. Thank you.
Donna,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Kelly?
Yes. 4 in favor, motion passes. The public hearing is now closed. So now we can,
Is this the
Make a
motion?
motion?
yeah, make a motion.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay. Motion to settle the pending appeal, K versus Enfield Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Agency, docket number HHD-LND-CV-17-6082734-S. In accordance with the attached stipulated judgment for the following reasons. 1. The above referenced appeal was filed due to a legitimate difference of opinion between the parties with respect to applicable legal authority and guidelines. 2. The plaintiff has submitted a far less intensive plan to replace the one denied that is the subject of the above referenced appeal. And 3. Agency members intend to make decisions within the scope of their authority and in compliance with the general statutes as interpreted by Connecticut courts.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Donna?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia? Yes. Sorry. Kelly?
Yes. 4 in favor, motion passes.
I kind of zone out.
Yes, like, okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
So now we should move the engineers up because
Yeah.
that's
Well, there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is.
No, there isn't. Next on the agenda is our old business, which is tabled, so we're going to skip that. There's no public here, so there's no public participation. So the next on our agenda is our new business, which is
Oh,
XIW-1802, St. James Marshall Drive, Joan Drive, Ganny Terrace, and Camellia Terrace as part of the St. James West Reconstruction Project, Town of Enfield, owner applicant, residential 33, R33 zone. I think I got it all. Welcome. What's all this?
I wonder if she's the new engineer.
I can ask her.
We'll find out when they introduce themselves.
Yeah.
I know we're not talking about it.
Yeah, we're just taking a minute to set up. We'll be with everybody shortly. Thank you.
Laptop's got the same one and it hasn't been working well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a bigger problem.
Thank you.
Oh, no, see, she's an engineer. For the consulting company.
Okay, so we have the St. James Road reconstruction project, right? Yeah.
Well, good evening. Who's the assistant town engineer, and myself, JP, the road engineer. The agenda for tonight is that we're going to be talking about the project, the specifics, the limits of the project. We got a lot of slides. We're going to try to go fast. Basically, the description of the project, a summary, and then there is time for questions. Okay, so the project specifics. Basically, we're going to be reconstructing over 2 miles of road. It's going to be done by the way of reclamation, which is basically we're not going to be digging out the road and taking it out and bringing new material. We're going to basically recycle the road. We're going to bring a big machine, which is going to grind everything up, and that will be the new base of the road, okay? The roads right now are between 28 to 36 feet. We're gonna reduce the roads to 26 feet to 30 feet, depending on the road. St. James Avenue is gonna be 30 feet, and the other roads, I believe they're gonna be 26. And Gani, I think it's gonna be 28, okay? So we are reducing the impervious area by about 0.34 acres, which is, it's good. We're gonna be putting new curbing. We're gonna be adding 14 new catch basins. We're gonna be replacing 28 catch basins, putting two new manholes, and we're gonna install 3 hydrodynamic separators. I guess it's a new DOT standard that when you put 10 catch basins, you should put a new hydrodynamic separator. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be doing. All the catch basins are gonna have the 2-foot sump, and the last one before the outfall is gonna have the 4-foot sump. Okay, and the last catch basin will have a trap hood attached to it. There will be no impacts to wetland or the brook. Okay. At the end of the project, we'll regrade all the front lawns, topsoil, make it nice, and we're gonna be, during construction, we're gonna be installing 83 silt sacks in all of the existing catch basin, or the new ones as we're putting them in. And we're gonna have a lot of silt fence, over 10,000 linear feet of silt fence for the whole project. So. And as always, we'll do the best management practice during the construction. And in this project, this is a fairly large project. We're going to be disturbing over 12 acres, so we're going to have to go to the state and get the deep permit for the stormwater discharge. The limits are basically from on St. James Avenue. We're going to go from Carroll Street all the way to Ridge Road. Okay, then we're gonna be doing Marshall from Spring Garden, which Marshall turns into John Drive, and then it turns into Linda. We'll stop at Linda, and then Gani is from Elm Street all the way to the turn at the end over there, and then Carmela will go from Gani all the way when it turns into Trevor Drive. So as you can see, it's a big one. These are the soil maps. We put this here just to show you this area has already been developed. We're not, doing anything different. What we're doing is staying within the road. Actually, we're making it, a little narrower, and all these numbers is just to show you the different types of soil. But most of these numbers are fill material, correct?
Yeah, most of the site is made from Windsor Urban Land Complex, which it's a loamy sand, but yeah, it's developed.
All right, and for project description, I'm going to turn this over to Lauren. She'll, I'll jump in there back and forth, but she'll give you, she'll explain everything to you.
Okay. Okay. So this is a typical section for St. James. This is the longest road that we have, and we're shrinking the road. There's going to be 15-foot travel lanes, and we are re-putting the sidewalks on each side. We're widening the sidewalks, but that widening is still less than the overall road. And you can see we are putting in 4-inch curb, and you can see that it's just the reclamation. Yeah,
the reclaim is going to be about 16 inches. We're going to be reclaiming 16 inches of the road, and then we're going to put back 12 inches of the new base. And on top of that, then we'll put the new 4.5 inches of asphalt.
Yep.
4 inches of asphalt.
4 inches,
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
No.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see here right now St. James has a lot of cracking, and some areas do have curbing, some don't. Also, the sidewalks are in really not great shape right now. So
they're in asphalt right now, so we're gonna make it to concrete.
Concrete, yep. And here's another as we go north on the road. See more cracking. And then this is where the culvert passes.
Great Brook. Yeah.
And we will not, this culvert is in good shape. Our project does not include any changes to this. Okay, and here are plans starting at Carroll Road. And highlighted here is all the silt fence along the fill areas. We're also upsizing some of the drainage pipes. We did a stormwater analysis that the town engineers previously reviewed. And so on this road, we're not really adding catch basins, but we are increasing some of the pipe sizes. And this continues on, this keeping the existing drainage, replacing some structures. Here you can see where the tributary to the Great Brook passes through, and the 100-foot wetland buffer here. We're doing just the road reclamation there.
At this location, we're gonna put a new hydrodynamic separator. You can see it at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, this is a huge system. Okay. And yeah, I wonder if I can make this bigger.
This is a ridge over here.
Okay, and the end here, this is what I showed the
Great
picture
Brook.
before, the Great Brook
Yeah.
going under the street, but we're just working on the top with the road.
So the catch basin right there by the group by Great Brook, that one will have the 4 foot and the hoop.
And all new catch basins will have hoods. Okay, here we are so we're doing 13-foot travel lanes, and there will be no sidewalks for Marshall Drive, Joan Drive, and Carmilla Terrace. And same makeup of the road.
Same reclamation, same thing, 16 inches, 12 inches back on the asphalt.
So the road's going to be narrower?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're making these ones at 26 from
yes.
face to face of
Yeah.
curb. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are these also going to have the shared, bike lanes? No? Okay.
no. We're not marking out shoulders.
No, not on this road. Only on the St. James Avenue.
Okay. All right, so Marshall is a very flat road, so in our redesign, we just did our best to have at least 0.5% to get, and we added some, we'll show you soon.
As you can see, water
some-
doesn't go
The puddling.
over here. The
and
same
Joan.
thing. Water stays there.
Okay. So this is the plan of Marshall, and we added some catch basins in here, and
And some pipe too.
and some pipes and some catch basins, and the same along here. There's really long stretches, like these pipes were over 300 feet long, so we added some catch basins in between. And the Great Brook goes over here, and it's outside of our project limits, even the 100-foot buffer. Same here, we're adding another hydrodynamic separator. There's a system coming up Spring Garden Road, I think. I can't read. Yeah, so we're adding another hydrodynamic separator and have silt fence where needed. All right, this is Carmilla Terrace. We have the Great Brook. This is a tributary to Great Brook going through. There's a big culvert here. We're just replacing the tops of the catch basins that are going over that, but we're not impacting out in the wetlands at all in the water course. And this is the profile. And Gainey is very similar to the others, but there is a sidewalk on the right side, which we are going to convert from an asphalt to a concrete. It's going to be slightly wider than existing. But the makeup of the road balances out the impervious cover. So here's Gainey, a lot of cracking. On this road, we added some more catch basins. And here we put another hydrodynamic separator. So for the plans, we have our ENS notes that abide by the 2002 set the
The state spec book.
Yeah.
So we have these notes in the plan. This is the second or third page of the plan. We just highlighted it so you can see that we tell them that you gotta watch out for sedimentation.
And set up all the sediment controls before the construction starts. This is the trap hood.
This is a trap hood. This is what we're gonna install at the last catch basin.
And we put them on all new ones.
Oh, you put them on all? Well,
Yeah, that's.
we're gonna make a change. We usually put it at the last.
Okay.
So we'll revise that.
Yeah, so these are good because they prevent, if oils float above, then they can't get passed through. And then here's the silt fence, pretty standard. Here's the catch basin showing the 2-foot sump. Here's the silt sacks that will go in the existing and then in the proposed.
During construction, we'll put this in and maintain it, and then at the end, we'll take them out.
And then here are the,
All of the catch basins, they gotta have this little thing on top. Hopefully, people would read it and they don't, throw garbage in the catch basin.
They're
That,
like
this
oils.
water goes into where goes to the river. So hopefully, it helps.
and here is the FEMA map for St. James, where we showed the brooks coming through. There is a 100-foot floodplain, but we are not changing the road that much. We're not like increasing the height or lowering it, and we're not working in those areas.
And this is for Gani
Yeah.
and then Carmela.
So yeah, the Great Brook, the floodplain does slightly go into the road, but we are not changing what's there. And then for the aquifer areas, some of Carmela Gani are in the aquifer area, but the project is just limited to road reclamation. We're not doing any kind of commercial or industrial work. That would require extra permits. Okay.
All right, so thank you. So basically, we're gonna be reconstructing these roads: Carmela, Gani, John, Marshall, and St. James. We're improving the storm system, putting a lot of new pipes, putting a lot of new structures. We're gonna increase the quality of the water, best management practice throughout, new catch basin, hydrodynamic separators. This is a new thing. We're going with with the new technology. We'll put the hoods during construction. We'll have the sumps, and there should be no impact.
No
to wetlands.
temporary, no permanent.
Okay. So, any questions that you may have?
When do you plan to start construction?
Well, this will be for 2019. Obviously, I will probably start. We go out to bid in February. We should be starting in April, early April, depending the weather gets.
Yeah.
The weather helps maybe a little bit sooner. Yeah. So.
It's good.
Straightforward.
I just have a quick question. On Marshall Drive, you said it was very flat.
Yes.
If you build it up a little, will that affect the runoff at all? In other words, will it run off to one side and flood over there?
We're gonna add curbing to the street,
so it's
so
okay.
that will help. And we're going to be adding, most of the new catch basins are in that and Gani, so
Okay.
that will help.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I thought it was very well presented. It was very
always.
informative, right to the point, And I think it's going to be well received by the residents of Enfield. I think it's well
yeah.
overdue, and I think
It'll be
they put a lot of time and
very good
effort into it.
improvement.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah. They won't like it while they're doing it, but they'll
No,
like it when it's
no.
done. When it's all finished, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
Go for good. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have any concerns,
Can't think of anything.
questions.
Now, we can't vote on this until next week? Next meeting? Well, no, we received this one 2 times
Yeah,
ago, so we
yes,
can
we
vote on
can.
it.
Okay.
This one we can.
All right. Do we have a motion?
So now we can have a motion.
I don't have a motion.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Do we have one?
you can just,
All right. I'll make a motion. All right. I will move that whereas the Enfield Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Agency has received an application for the reconstruction of portions of St. James, Marshall Drive, Joan Drive, Ganny Terrace, and Camilla Terrace as part of the St. James West Reconstruction Project. And whereas the agency has determined that the reconstruction of the roadways will have little to no impact on wetlands, therefore, be it resolved that the Enfield Inland Wetland and Watercourse Agency hereby approve XIW number 18-02 for the reconstruction of portions of St. James, Marshall Drive, Joan Drive, Ganny Terrace, and Camilla Terrace as part of the St. James West Reconstruction Project with our standard
21
conditions, 21 conditions. And I don't think we have any other special
No.
conditions.
Second.
roll call?
Yes. Donna?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia? Yes. Kelly?
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thanks, you too.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Given.
Yes.
Yes.
Giving.
Yeah.
And you just made it before the screen started going.
It was flickering all. Wonder what that looked like on TV. Yeah. Oof. Ooh, yeah.
Good.
One of mine started flickering, but it was just gonna like update the drives on it, but it would be like, come on.
Here is
Anything gonna turn the TV back on?
Looking on the phone, yeah.
Okay, next on our agenda is the 2019 calendar of regular meeting dates. We have to approve them for.
Okay.
Do we have voting next year?
Yes.
Elections?
Yes.
Yeah, it will be,
And that's a Tuesday, right?
right.
Yeah, I won't be here. So
we Yeah.
can move it or cancel it.
Or I guess we could wait, and we could leave it on the calendar and see what happens.
Yeah.
What I guess-
Sorry I didn't say something.
No, that's
sooner.
fine, that's fine.
No.
We'll just have to remember.
I really ideally thought I would do both,
Yeah.
and then
No.
was panicked when I saw that it wasn't canceled, because I didn't think we had anything coming up. and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no.
Didn't work out.
It wasn't gonna work.
I guess we'll kind of leave it on there for now, and then if we get
That
closer, we can always
Out in the cold.
cancel it, yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So we need a motion on our,
I move that we accept the meeting dates for 2019 as presented.
I second.
okay, roll call?
Donna?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Kelly?
Yes.
Okay,
Can I
motion
ask
passes.
a question
Yeah.
before you vote?
Already did.
So we had potentially discussed having one meeting a month. Would
Well, we're
you
gonna
like-
leave them on, we want to leave them on here in case something comes up. And then we
Okay.
can always cancel them if we need to be.
But
Okay,
we
so-
should go on the premise of one meeting
Yeah.
unless it's an
I
emergency.
mean, because that way we could relay that to the public as
Yes,
well.
thank
So-
you.
So what we could do is on the second meeting, or would you rather have the first meeting or the second meeting as your only meeting?
What would be better for you guys? Is it busier in the beginning of the month or end of the month?
Yeah, I would too.
Well, the beginning of the month, we have July 2nd, November 5th, Election Day.
Yeah, so the first, we're going to miss more of the first weeks.
But if we cancel the first one, then if we have an emergency and we're on the second one, they have to wait till the following month.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Doesn't
whatever.
matter.
either way, I'm just saying, if you had a preference.
I don't have a
and
preference.
I don't have a
we may-
preference.
We may, like, go through and
Yeah.
look at it
Yeah.
in more fine
And
detail.
my other concern is we, at our, wherever we went to, the conference we went to the other day, they talked about cease and desist. When you present a cease and desist, you have to see the people within 10 days.
Yeah.
That is
So
correct.
I have a concern about that if we're only going to have one meeting a
Well,
month.
that could be a special meeting, though.
Yeah.
We have to have special
you wouldn't-
meetings.
Yeah, wouldn't have to be a special meeting if it's regularly scheduled.
Right.
Right. So we're going to
I
have to be
think we
cautious of
could do
that.
this and just note as either the first or the second meeting, only as needed.
Why don't we do the first?
Well, so we'll keep the first and do the second as needed?
Yeah, if the first isn't a problem for you guys,
Is that all right?
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then, unless it's an emergency.
We'll see how it works.
Coming down from heaven, and we have to make sure his shoes are dry.
We'll see how it works.
Yep,
So keep first, second as needed.
Yeah.
works for me.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry,
Okay.
I interrupted your vote, so.
Oh, well, no, we finished.
We already voted.
We all said yes.
But the dates are
Oh, that's
correct.
right. Okay,
But the
yeah.
dates are correct. That's
Yep.
the dates we would keep and have if we
As presented by
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah.
But the dates are correct, that's when we would have
Yep.
meetings.
Yep.
So, next on the agenda is our enforcement reports. Do we have any?
We don't have any enforcement
Thank you,
reports.
Report of planning staff?
Have anything, Lori?
No, I don't have anything that I could think of right now.
Nothing new today.
Okay. We did get I forgot to mention,
It's on the agenda, but we.
Yeah.
tabled it.
Tabled it,
well, this is for,
bylaws.
Yeah.
this isn't bylaws.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. New applications to be received is number 598. It's 119 Post Road, Powder Holler Brewery Exterior Equipment Pad. This is to be received, but,
I think we should receive it, but I think it should be an agent approval. It's
Yeah.
very straightforward. The building is already there, and I think that staff would be able to look at it and just let us know if there's any issues.
yeah, because what it is just a concrete pad of 10
Yep.
foot by 10 foot.
Yep.
Next to the existing concrete
Yep.
pad, next to the buildings.
So- We accepted it, and you can approve it.
But we have to have a motion.
So,
and
yeah,
a-
I move that we make that an agent approval.
Second.
Okay.
Donna.
Yes.
Kevin.
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, so that's agent approval for 598.
Do we have the file for the other one?
I don't have the file, but I do have another application that's to be received tonight. It's IW number 599 for 71 St. James Ave. The applicant's looking to install a sump pump with a French drain.
That's a good idea. For that area, that's necessary. Can that be agent approval?
Yeah, that's,
I was going to see, yeah, what is it? Could you give us a little bit about it?
is
Or
it an
could
internal one or
Yeah.
outside?
you tell us a little bit about it?
So supposedly, according to the plan that we have on file, which is the proposed plan and not the as-built, there was
Oh.
supposed to have been a footing drain that was hooking up to one of the catch basins out at the corner. So over the last half a year, I think, or not quite half a year, they've been having a lot of water issues to the point where they were dry for, 20 years, and all of a sudden they're having all this water coming into their basement.
Yep.
So they hooked up a sump pump, and it's now flowing over. Well, it's not quite flowing over the escarpment because we had them move it, but we said that you absolutely need to have a wetlands permit for this. We're not sure it's going to fix the water coming in, but at least what they're going to do now is, if nothing else, just tie into the other catch basin with a solid drain.
Is the sump pump inside the proposed sump pump?
Yeah, the sump pump
Yep.
exists.
Yep. And the French drain, are they going to put any fabric over it so that it doesn't clog?
I don't think there is a French drain or a footing drain We
thought-
don't think it was ever put in.
Right, but I thought that that was going to be part of the
So they're just,
application.
at this point, they're just looking for a gravity drain between the house and the catch basin.
Oh.
And that's allowed? I mean, that's.
Yes,
okay.
yes. That was actually
All right.
proposed by the
inland wetland-
engineers.
How much wetland and impact or anything?
So,
Well, they have to
so
dig the
this
drain.
way, it's going to be going into the catch basin instead of directly into the brook. So it's not going over the escarpment, it's not going directly,
Well-
it's not going to be a point source.
When you get the plan
Mm-hmm.
that they want to present or do, why don't you just email it to Donna and she can make a decision as to whether it can be agent approval or not?
Okay,
Okay, that'd be fine.
Yeah, if it's straightforward, there's no reason.
Yeah.
See how easy that was.
Yeah, unless, I think it depends too if they're going to put the French drain outside. Sometimes they put them
Yeah, you don't
inside.
want
I
'em
mean,
draining
yeah.
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 I think they're just trying to figure it out at this point because they've been getting a lot of water. So they're like at the bottom of the hill there, so it's between the bottom of the hill and the brook, then
Yeah.
for some
been
reason
a
they've
wet-
just,
Been a wet year.
yeah, it's been a very wet year.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Connecticut Water was out there and they were digging around, so they may have opened up a seam or something, but
Yeah.
they've tested over and over and over again that it's not Connecticut Water. So there's no leaking
Yeah,
from their system.
yeah.
So it definitely is groundwater,
Okay.
so.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. Anything else? I don't see anything else. Okay,
I move we adjourn.
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned. Next